Okay. Hello, all participants, and welcome to this session of the problem solution using ChemSub. In this section, I, Orakotch, Paungwatanaroj, with my colleague Nichakorn, Kuprasertwong, will be represent the ChemSub function on the database search and the product analysis, along with the example case of well-known compound and the products simultaneously. Starting with what is the ChemSub? ChemSub or chemical substitution software is the tool for analysis the hazardous effect, chemical use, and chemical type of each compound in the chemical product. And here is the ChemSub interface that consists of data search and retrieval, chemical substitutions, and other tools for the modeling tools for property estimation in pure, organic, and electrolyte system. So with solid solvent analysis and refrigeration cycle. Okay, let's start with the data search and retrieval. 5 main functions are available here. That are properties, hazardous effects, chemical use, chemical type, and user database. In each function, the compounds can be searched by the chemical name, molecular formula, and CAS number. For the property search, there are 17 properties available, such as boiling point, melting point, water solubilities, and lethal dose. And both of experimental and estimated data are brought up after searching. And users can search the compound by using two search options, which are the basic search and advanced search. In the basic search, user can use for search the property and its related data for any considered compound. And for the advanced search in another way, search by the property and find the matched compound. The example result of the basic search is shown here. Moreover, user can be clicked to see more information. Then the software will launch to the ChemSub EPA database where have a lot of chemical data there. And another option, user can be run pure and further see search option on the pure properties where there are 65 properties, correlation of temperature dependence, and so on. Next, for the hazardous effects. To make any product, the hazardous effect will be another considered parameters. So in ChemSub, the information of the hazardous effect in terms of health, physical, environment, and other classification were included. In the table here shows 26 subclasses of the data in ChemSub tools. And as same as the previous search, there are two types of search presented here. Next, for the chemical use, in this feature, 75 types of chemical use with 825 subclasses of chemical use or chemical product are ready for these functions. For example, adhesive type, electronic, solvent, and industrial type. Also the same, user can select the basic search and advanced search for this function also. And the last one is the chemical types. There are 15 types of chemicals such as human breed, pesticide, or volatile chemicals. In this feature, only advanced search is the option for searching. User can specify the chemical type which that will be included and see or match compound in the result. Then for more understanding on how ChemSub works, I will give you an example case that will be demonstrate our program in each function. Firstly, DEET. This is a compound that we have known as the one of efficient active ingredient for insect repellent. In this example, how to search the property of the DEET will be highlighted. The identification of these such as CAS number, formulations are presented here which will be used for the searching. The second case will be ibuprofen. This is the one of pharmaceutical product that widely used for reducing the fever or pains caused by many conditions such as headache or minor injuries. In this example, the hazardous effects of the ibuprofen will be demonstrated, and the molecular formula of ibuprofen will be used for searching. Next, for the fentanyl. The fentanyl is similar with the morphine, but 50 to 100 times more potent. And as per the report, fentanyl is the most common drug involved in the drug overdose states in the United States. So in this case, we would like to highlight them on the hazardous effect and chemical use of the fentanyl. And the last example case will be the isopropanol. This one is the popular compound that's used in various products such as the personal care, pesticide, or solvent. The demonstration will give you the basic search on the properties, hazardous effect, chemical use, and chemical type. Also find the chemical which had the same chemical type with the isopropanol by using the advanced search. Okay, so after this, Nichakorn will take over the presentation to the software demonstration by using each case of example.
Okay, hello, I'm Nichakorn, who will take responsibility to demonstrate ChemSub software for more understanding. Okay, if you have any questions, please leave it in live chat. We're welcome to answer you. Okay, first I will share the screen. Okay. Well, this is the main interface of ChemSub software, and click on the database manager to do the search. There are four types of search that Orakotch has already shown you, and she has shown 4 example cases of data search problem. We will go through it step by step, okay? Let's see the first example. Okay, the first example is to find the property of DEET. Okay, first we'll check the property of DEET using property search. Start the search by giving the chemical name as DEET. Okay, and click search. All the chemical name include DEET will come up. See the number of search results in the status below. For example, there are 3 compounds include DEET in chemical name. Click on DEET and see the results by click view chemical properties. There are 2 types of property available, which are experimental and estimation for 18 properties. Okay, on the top, if you click run peer, this will automatically link to peer which show estimated property and others. The molecular structure is shown on the left, on the right, and properties are shown on the left. On the top left, you will see basic information for chemical. If you scroll down, you can see more property details. There are 3 types of property, which are primary property, like boiling temperature, critical temperature, or LC50 FM. And if you double left clicks on LC50 FM, this will show the meaning. For example, LC50 FM represents the concentration in water, which kills half of faded minnow in 96 hours. Or if you click LD50, which represents the amount of chemical which when orally ingested kills half of rats. Okay, next is secondary properties. For example, critical compressibility factor or liquid volume. And the last one, functional property. Yes, okay. For example, density, which depends on temperature, representing in equation forms. Also, you can do the data fitting or thermodynamic diagram. And actually, we have already presented in the demonstration in webinar 2. You can see webinar 2 and other previous webinar in our YouTube channel, a PSE for Speed channel. Okay, after close peer, you can also click run peer to shortcut seeing the result in peer. All data from peer will deliver here. So you can easily copy or them all to another program. Okay. And also you can switch the tab to see hazardous effect and chemical use. And you can also search by give the property range and see chemical in given range using the advanced search. All 18 properties are available for selection. Just give the specific range to see the result. Like this. Okay. Next example, we will move to hazardous effect search. Okay, I will use ibuprofen as an example. So we'll go to hazardous effect tab. Okay, but now we will start the search by giving molecular formula instead of chemical name. So the ibuprofen molecular formula is C9, C13, H18, and O2, and then click search. All the chemicals that match molecular structure will be shown. There are around 14 chemicals from the database. Okay, then I will click ibuprofen and see its hazardous property. There are three main types of hazardous property, which are health hazard, physical hazard, and environmental hazard. Each hazard result is shown in 2 columns, which is category and grade. Okay, for category, in the left column, OSHA regulation is shown as a number and GHS code is shown in a bracket. And this can be CLP grade on the right column. You can also see the meaning of each hazard by click on each hazard topic. So you will see the detail of OSHA regulation and GHS statement. Okay, for example, oral acute toxicity, ibuprofen is in OSHA category as 4, okay, and GHS code as H302, which can be converted to grade 10 in CLP grade. And the meaning of category 4 is ibuprofen can be used more than 50 and less than equal to 30 milligram per kilogram body weight, and you will be safe. Okay, and also the GHS code of H302 says harmful if swallowed and signed as warning before using. Okay, and if you check the hazard again, you will see that the ibuprofen also signed as warning in aquatic environment for acute and long-term hazard. And similarly with product search, property search, sorry, you can search by give the hazardous category and see the chemical in given range using advanced search, like this. Okay. Okay, next we will move to example 3. By using the chemical use, we will use the fentanyl as an example. And again, we will give chemical name as fentanyl. And then click search. Okay, all the chemical name include the word fentanyl will come up. Click on the fentanyl and see the result by click chemical use. Okay, the result is shown in types of chemical use. Click on each type to see its subclass. For example, drinking water. Fentanyl can be used as detector to detect contaminant from drinking water. And according to the presentation, Orakotch has mentioned that fentanyl should be used in a small amount. So we will show you why by switch to hazardous effect tab. You can see that fentanyl has a danger hazardous effect to human since the OSHA regulation shows number 1, which means very high hazard. So you need to be careful before using fentanyl. And also click more information. Okay. This will automatically link to Comtox EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency website. So you can see the other properties in details, like this. Okay, I'll go back to ChemSub software. Again, you can also search by give the types of chemical used and its subclass, like this. Then see chemical from a given data using advanced search. Okay. And the last example, as Orakotch has mentioned about isopropanol, then we would like to know which chemical are in a similar category to isopropanol. So first, we will search for isopropanol property by using property search again. Okay, and then click search. Then you see the isopropanol, and then click the isopropanol and click chemical information. It says that isopropanol is a safe pesticide chemical and also a human breath chemical. Okay, then we'll see the property of isopropanol by click view property. This, okay, the property of isopropanol will come up. Okay, then we will use chemical type search to find a similar category to isopropanol. So go to chemical type search tab. Okay, this is the main interface of chemical type search. Here you can start the search by give the search specification. According to our target, first give pesticides chemical and then click search. There are about 3,200 chemicals in pesticide chemical type. Okay, then I will reduce the search by giving another specification, which is safer chemicals. Then I click search again. There are about 155 chemicals in both pesticides and safer chemical. Okay, now we will give another types to scope the chemicals by give human breath chemical. Okay, and then I click search again. You can see that there are about 28 chemicals available. So you can select the chemical from this list to compare its property, hazardous, and its use with isopropanol. By the way, this is just a briefly scan, so you need to recheck in details before doing substitution. Okay, that's all for database manager function.
Okay, go back to the presentation again. Next, I will go to the chemical substitutions feature, which has two functions. In this one, there are two types, which are the product analysis and substitute product. In the product analysis, there are four types here. There are four steps here. The first is create the product name. The second is add compound of the product. Then specify the composition and analyze the product into terms of the hazard analysis and product data. For the hazard analysis results, this data will be analyzed. Hazard classifications, hazard effect, COP, GHH, amount of chemical in product, OHS, and bleach. And for the product data result, the basic properties, chemical use, hazardous effects, GHS category, CLP will be included. And for another feature substitute product, 4 steps are needed as well as the previous one, starting with create the product name, adding the compound, give the composition, and substitute product by specifying the target properties and give the acceptable range. Then search and select which alternative compound to be applied. In the demonstration, this section will not be presented because this is now under development. Next, in order to further understand, this example case will be given in the demonstrations. First, as I have mentioned you before, that in case 1 is used in the mosquito repellent. So in this case, we have used this product formulation on the product analysis. The ingredient consists of DEET as an active ingredient, acetic acid, isopropanol as a solvent, and also the waters, and linalool as the fragrant. For the second example is ibuprofen. Normally to be easier to take while oral suspension for kids, the additives such as good smell and taste will be added. So the product formulation as in the table will be demonstrated in the example. And the last one is the fentanyl. For the injections, fentanyl dose will have the water and with some additive or pH adjustment. So this the example will be used in the presentation for the product analysis also. And after this, Nichakorn will give you the demonstration for this example case.
Okay, back to me again. Let's see chemical substitution tool, which is in the right of database manager. Okay, there are 2 functions in chemical substitution tools, which are product analysis and substitute product. But we will go through only product analysis since substitute product is under development, as Orakotch has mentioned. Okay, here is the interface of product analysis. First, we have to create product name. For example, mosquito repellent. Okay. Then add the chemical in the product, which are DEET, acetic acid, isopropanol, water, and linalool in the search area. Okay, this is the search area. Okay, and after add all chemical, the selected compound will be shown in the box below. Okay, first I will add DEET. Then click add, then go to acetic acid. Okay, this may take a time because there are lots of chemical includes acetic acid in the database. Oh. Okay, and next we will go to isopropanol. Okay, then add and then water. Okay, and the last one is linalool. Okay. Okay, after finish, click confirm. Okay, and all the selected compound will be presented in the table here. The density of each compound is automatically shown. In case there are missing density, click on predict density. ChemSub software will automatically predict the density for you. Okay, next, give composition in terms of percent weight. The total percent weight will show in the bottom. Okay, so the DEET has around 10% and acetic acid is 0.11. Isopropanol is around 41.8 and water it's around 47.99, and the last one, linalool, is about 0.1. Okay, and after finish, the total weight will be shown here. Okay, and also give the chemical function by click on the drop down to choose function. Here, this is active ingredients, so I put active ingredients here, and acetic acid is a pH adjustment, so I put others. Oh, sorry, others. Okay, isopropanol and water is a solvent, so I put solvent for both. And linalool, it's a fragrance, so I put fragrance. Okay, after finish, click analysis products. Okay, in hazardous analysis tab, there are two tabs available, which is hazardous analysis tab and product data. Okay, in the hazardous analysis tab, hazardous classification is divided into 3 classes with hazardous effect of each chemicals, and show the result as CLP hazardous level, CLP hazardous grade, and GHS category. For example, DEET has health hazard effect, which is an oral toxicity that can be classified in CLP level 2, CLP grade 10, OSHA regulation category 4, and GHS statement H302. Okay, then scroll to the right to see chemical name with the functional in the bracket, and cast number, percent weight, and the amount of chemical in the product in milligram per liter unit. This column, ChemSub software is automatically calculated. Okay, which you can compare with permissible exposure limit or PEL, and which done it, and that your chemical is higher the limit or not. If not, so the product is saved. For example, let's see acetic acid. Acetic acid is safe because the amount of chemical in product is less than PL limit and reach tonnage band. Okay. And also you can click on the heading to see its meaning. This, oh, sorry, like this, okay. And you can also see product data in product data tab. Here you will see the conclusion of each chemicals in terms of experiment and estimation properties. And also the example of chemical use, this one, and the hazardous effect with its grade, level, and classification. Also, you can save and export for further analysis. Okay, this is the just example for problem creation, but actually ChemSub software has some default products, so that you can see the analysis results by click on the drop down and select the products. Lots of example products are provided in ChemSub software, list in terms of type of product like functional, liquid blend, liquid formation, single molecule products, okay, and others. For example, I choose ibuprofen, which is an anti-inflammatory drug, can be analyzed like this, okay. We'll click analyze. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll click Analyze. Okay, the result is of ibuprofen will be shown in similar terms of mosquito repellent that we have demonstrated. Yes. Okay, you'll see that the ibuprofen, which is active ingredient, and methylparaben sodium is additive. This, okay, and also see the product data. Okay, and another example is fentanyl, which is an recreational drug. And as we say, this is just a default value. You can give your own percent weight and density. You can adjust it, okay? And if the given percent weight is less or more than 100, the ChemSub software will ask you to make sure that this will normalize based on the given percent weight like this. If you say okay, the ChemSub software will analyze all the data in the product for you. And you can see the analysis product results in terms of hazards analysis and product analysis, similar to two previous examples. Okay. This. Okay. That's all for our presentation and demonstration. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for the presentation and demonstration. Are there any questions? Okay, then looks like people are tired or happy with all the things seen. Are you able to?
I just wanted to make a comment. If time permits, I just wanted to know that right now we are dealing with the products which are basically liquid products, yeah, at this point.
Okay, maybe I can answer.
Yes, and yeah.
At this moment, the single chemical product can be given, so that doesn't need to be liquid or solid or gas. It's a single molecule, so that can be given. At the same time, if you want to give a mixture, then at this moment, yes, it is a liquid, what we call liquid formulation or blend, that needs to be given. Because the case of emulsions or functional products, there's a lot of different kind of data that needs to be collected before the analysis, and not the analysis actually, it's more the substitution, before the substitution can be made. But the analysis can still be done for other products.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Because the thing is that the steps for solving the problem are the same, but the model, the data, the properties, they are different. So for a liquid formulation, there is always active ingredient, which is solid, most cases. Then it needs solvent if we want a liquid product. So we add the solvent. Then pH control needs to be done. So we add pH controller, which we call other, then color, then fragrance. Basically, that's the main compounds. There could be other ones, but if it is a functional product like an emulsion, then in addition to the solvents, we need a surfactant that will be the emulsifier. And then we need the stabilizer for the emulsifier. So there is a lot more chemicals that needs to be added. If it is a blend, like a solvent blend or a gasoline blend, then it's all liquid that is mixed together. So difference between a blend, liquid blend, and a liquid formulation is different because of the type of chemicals that are used. But any product can be given, whether it is a solid or liquid. The analysis can be done, but the substitution cannot be done now.
Okay.
And for the single chemical, if we want to generate alternatives, the one that I showed you with CAMD, we already have that working. Also for refrigeration, we already have that working.
Yes, I know that. Thank you. Because I was wondering that are we only dealing with liquid system? But it's good to know that the properties are ready, property model, but not the substitution framework, I guess. So.
Okay, then what I would say is that those who have registered for the last two webinars, for webinar 5, it is actually a continuation of this kind of work, but it is more related to generating candidates. So chemical product design, we give what we would like in the product, and we find the candidates. So, and there we will see, like, how do we get a product like mosquito repellent? Or how do we get a product like a solvent blend? Or how do we get a product like a detergent? So step by step, or a gasoline that one can tailor make the gasoline so that it is better than the one you buy in the gas station. Because by adding some chemicals to it, the combustion efficiency and things like that can be improved. So those kind of product improvement that also was mentioned before, those things can be done through the product design software. But it also has all the databases that we are talking about, the background property models, all of those are there, but it is able to solve a collection of problems. So the product design toolbox can also be used for chemical substitution. But we are developing the chemical substitution as a standalone tool only for people who would like to only solve this problem and not others. So that is all for today then. I would like to thank both Dr. Razia and Dr. Orakotch for your excellent lectures, and for the participants. Those who are in Asia, good night to you. Those who are in USA, maybe good morning or a little bit late morning. And those who are in Europe, it's time for dinner soon. So again, thank you very much. And so 9th of September is the next webinar, and the last one is on 16th of September with modeling. If you like to do modeling, how to generate the equations, how to solve those equations without writing any program, those things will be shown. All right. So bye-bye, and thank you very much. Thank you to the Thai office.
Thank you very much. It was a nice experience, and especially thank you to Dr. Orakotch. Thank you.